Today we discuss about power sharing. Power sharing is a system where multiple groups share political, military and economic power. It can be formal and informal. It has two branches: horizontal distribution and vertical distribution. Power is shared between different parts of the government like legislature, executive and judiciary. You can call this is horizontal distribution. On the otherwise, when the power is shared between different levels of the government like central government, state governments and local governments, you can say this is vertical distribution. So why is power sharing is important? Power sharing is a common way to resolve conflict between the majority and minority citizens of the state. In Belgium and Sri Lanka, we can see that type of ruling system is now in these two type of state. In Belgium is a small country in Europe, smaller in area than the state of Haryana. It has borders with France, Netherlands, Germany and Luxembourg. It has a population of a little over 1 crore, about half the population of Haryana. The ethnic composition of this small country is very complex. Of the country's total population, 59% lives in the Flemish region and speak Dutch. Another 40% people live in Wallonia region and speak French. Remaining 1% of Belgians speak German. In the capital city, Brussels, 80% people speak French while 20% are Dutch speaking. The minority French speaking community was relatively rich and powerful. This was resented by the Dutch speaking community who got the benefit of economic development and education much later. This led to tension between the Dutch speaking and French speaking communities during the 1950s and 1960s. The tension between the two communities was more acute in Brussels. Brussels presented a special problem. The Dutch-speaking people constituted a majority in the country but a minority in the capital. Let us compare this to the situation in another country. Sri Lanka is an island nation, just a few kilometers of the southern coast of Tamil Nadu. It has about 2 crore people, about same as in Haryana, like other nations in the South Asia region. Sri Lanka has a diverse population. The major social groups are Sinhalese speakers and the Tamil speakers. Among the Tamils, there are two subgroups. Tamil native of the country are called Sri Lankan Tamils. The rest, whose forefather came from India as plantation workers during colonial period, are called Indian Tamils. As you can see from the map, Sri Lankan Tamils are concentrated in the north and east of the country. Most of the Sinhala speaking people are Buddhist, while most of the Tamils are Hindus or Muslims. There are about 7% Christians who are both Tamil and Sinhala. Just imagine what could happen in situation like this in Belgium. The Dutch community could take advantage of its numeric majority and force its will on the French and German speaking population. This would push the conflict among the communities further. This could lead to a very messy partition of the country. Both the sides would claim control over Brussels in the Sri Lanka. The Sinhala community enjoyed an even bigger majority and could impose its will on the entire country. Now let us look at what happened in both these countries. Sri Lanka emerged as an independent country in 1948. The leaders of the Sinhala community sought to the secure dominance of government by virtue of the majority. As a result, the democratically elected government adopted a series of majoritarian measures to establish Sinhala supremacy. In 1956, an act was forced to recognize Sinhala as the only official language. Thus, disregarding Tamil, the governments followed preferential policies that favored Sinhala applicants for university jobs and government jobs. A new constitution stipulated the state shall protect and foster Buddhism. All these government measures, coming one after the other, gradually increased the feeling of alienation among the Sri Lankan Tamil. They felt that none of the major political parties led by the Buddhist Sinhala leaders was sensitive to their language and culture. They felt that the constitutions and government policies denied them equal political rights, discriminated against them in the getting jobs and other opportunities, and ignored their interests. As a result, the relation between the Sinhala and Tamil communities strained over time. The Sri Lankan Tamil launched parties and struggles for the recognition of Tamil as an official language for region autonomy and equality of the opportunity in securing education and jobs. But their demand for more autonomy or to prove the Tamils were repeatedly denied. By 1980s, several political organizations were formed demanding an independent Tamil alum or state in northern and eastern parts of Sri Lanka. The district between the two communities turned into widespread conflict. It soon turned into civil war. As a result, thousands of people of both the communities have been killed. Many families were forced to leave the country as refugees, and many more lost their livelihood. Thus, has caused a terrible setback to the social, culture, and economic life of the country. It ended 2009. Accommodation of Belgium. Belgium leaders took a different path. They recognized the existence of religion difference and cultural diversities. Between 1970 and 1993, they amended their constitution 4 times so as to work out an arrangement that would enable everyone to live together within the same country. The arrangement they worked out is different from any other country and is very innovative. Here are some of the elements of Belgium model. Constitution prescribes that the number of Dutch and French speaking ministers shall be equal in the central government. Many powers of the central government have been given to state governments of the two regions of the country. Achha. The Brussels has appearance government in which both of communities have equal representation. Apart from the central and the state government, there is a third kind of government. This community government is elected by people belonging to one language community, Dutch, French and German speaking, no matter where they live. So, now we discuss about the question you can write benefits of power sharing. Discussion of the prudential and moral reasons for power sharing in democratic system. 2. Prudential reasons include reducing conflicts and maintaining social harmony, while moral reasons involve upholding democratic values and ensuring citizens' participation. Achha. What are the principles of a good democracy? One fundamental principle of the democracy is that all political power lies with the people. Second, the government in power should prioritize the fulfillment of all kind of people's rights and demands. 3. They must be equal group or community. Power sharing and democracy. Exploration of how power sharing is a fundamental aspect of democratic governments. Analysis of the role of citizens in critiquing government decisions and influencing policy making. Achha, what do you mean by a system of checks and balance? When power is distributed horizontally, it is shared among the various components of government such as executive, legislature and judiciary. Each organ validates the other organs. It ensures none of the organs have unrestricted power. Power sharing ensures accommodation while also preventing any majority group from abusing its authority. It strengthens the minority's voice and makes them feel as wanted as any other majority group in the country. What do you mean by vertical division power? A vertical division power refers the sharing of power between different levels of government, such as the central and state governments. Power is divided between a higher and lower level of the government. How is power sharing the true spirit of democracy? Power sharing embodies the spirit of democracy because it is one of the fundamental principles underlying the concept of democratic rule. In a democracy, citizens have the rights to be consulted on how they should be governed, and all citizens are same political and economical right. Each individuals and community has a voice in governance through their elected representatives. Another important question is the three consequences of the majoritarian policies adopted by Sri Lankan governments are: the Buddhist Sinhala leaders were insensitive to Sri Lankan Tamils' culture and language, leaving them feeling neglected and upset. They felt that the government was practicing religious discrimination. Tamil experiences the educational discrimination. They believed that Constitution denied them equal rights and opportunities. Okay? So, we have to solve a few questions in this chapter, but it will be very lengthy. So the next episode I can discuss about few questions and MCQ. Okay? So power sharing কি? পাওয়ার শেয়ারিং হচ্ছে যেখানে নিজেদের মধ্যে ক্ষমতা বিনিময় করবে। নিজেরা কারা? একটা দেশে কেউ থাকে যারা বেশি সংখ্যাগরিষ্ঠ, আর একটা দেশে আর অন্যজন হয় কম সংখ্যাগরিষ্ঠ। যখন বেশি সংখ্যাগরিষ্ঠ মানুষ বেশি থাকে তখন তারাই সমস্ত ক্ষমতা প্রতিপত্তি নিয়ে নিতে চায়। এর ফলে যারা কম মানে মেজরিটি পার্ট অফ দ্য কান্ট্রি তারা কি করে? ইনসিকিউর ফিল করে। কিন্তু এই পাওয়ার শেয়ারিং প্রসেসের মাধ্যমে গভর্নমেন্ট বডিকে এমনভাবে সাজানো হয় যেখানে কেউ অসমান হয় না, এবং সেখানে সবাই কিন্তু সমানভাবে তাদের সমান ক্ষমতা অর্জন করতে পারে, সমানভাবে কাজকর্ম করতে পারে, সমানভাবে নিজেদের ভাষা ব্যবহার করতে পারে। এই পাওয়ার শেয়ারিং প্রসেসকে প্রথম নিয়েছিল কে? না, প্রথম নিয়েছিল বেলজিয়াম, ইউরোপের একটা ছোট কান্ট্রি যার জনসংখ্যা 1 কোটির মধ্যে। তা সেই জনসংখ্যার মধ্যে বেশিরভাগ সংখ্যক মানুষ ডাচ ভাষায় কথা বলতেন। এই ডাচ সংখ্যক মানুষ কিন্তু তাদের সমস্ত ক্ষমতা কেন্দ্রীভূত করে রেখেছিল, কিন্তু পরবর্তীকালে যারা আদার সিটিজেন ছিল, যেমন কিছু ছিল যার ফ্রেঞ্চ এবং কিছু জার্মানি, সেই সমস্ত মানুষের মধ্যে একটা অসন্তোষ দেখা দিলে তখন সেই সরকার সবাই যাতে সমান সুযোগ সুবিধা ভোগ করতে পারে সেই ব্যবস্থা করে ইকুয়ালিটির ব্যবস্থা করেন পাওয়ার শেয়ারিং প্রসেসের মাধ্যমে। আবার আমরা শ্রীলঙ্কায় দেখে থাকি, শ্রীলঙ্কা একটা ছোট্ট দ্বীপ দেশ। সেই দ্বীপে সিংহলীরা হচ্ছে সবচেয়ে পাওয়ারফুল, সবচেয়ে ক্ষমতা প্রয়োগ করে রয়েছে। এখানে যে তামিল, সেই তামিলকে আবার দুভাগে ভাগ করা হয়। এক দলকে বলা হয় যে তারা হচ্ছে শ্রীলঙ্কান তামিল, আর একটা তামিল যাদের প্রপিতামহ ভারতবর্ষ থেকে শ্রীলঙ্কায় চলে এসেছে এবং সেই যেহেতু সেখানেই তারা রয়ে গেছে তাদেরকে ইন্ডিয়ান তামিল হিসাবে গণ্য করা হয়, এবং এদেরকে কিন্তু নানাভাবে বিভিন্ন ক্ষমতা থেকে বিচ্যুত করা হয়। সে সময় সিংহলীরাই বিভিন্ন ইউনিভার্সিটির পড়াশুনো, গভর্নমেন্ট জব সব পেত। এতে বাদবাকি এই সমস্ত তামিলদের মধ্যে বিক্ষোভ সৃষ্টি হয়। তারা মনে করে তাদেরকে ক্ষমতা দেওয়া হচ্ছে না বা তাদেরকে পিছিয়ে রাখা হচ্ছে। এই জন্য শ্রীলঙ্কায় কিন্তু প্রচণ্ড একটা প্রতিবাদ সৃষ্টি হয়। এর পরবর্তীকালে নতুন সংবিধান আনা হয় এবং সেখানে যে সমস্ত ধর্ম, যেমন বৌদ্ধিস্ট, যেটা শ্রীলঙ্কার মেন ধর্ম বৌদ্ধিস্ট, এছাড়া হিন্দু এবং মুসলিম, এই তিনটে ধর্মকেই সমান সংরক্ষণের ব্যবস্থা করা হয়। প্রত্যেকটা মানুষের ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজের মধ্যেও ইকুয়ালিটি আনার চেষ্টা করা হয় এবং জবের ক্ষেত্রেও বা গভর্নমেন্ট যে সমস্ত ফেসিলিটি আছে সেই সমস্ত ক্ষেত্রেও তাদের সমস্ত কিছু সমান ইকুয়াল মানা হয়। এর ফলে দেখা যায় যে শ্রীলঙ্কায় অশান্তি বা অসন্তোষ অনেক পরিমাণ কমে যায়। এই হচ্ছে পাওয়ার শেয়ারিং বেলজিয়াম আর শ্রীলঙ্কায়। এবার পরবর্তী এপিসোডে আমি আলোচনা করব যে ভারতবর্ষেও পাওয়ার শেয়ারিং কীভাবে বিভক্ত এবং ভারতবর্ষে কী কী প্রসেসে পাওয়ার শেয়ারিং করা হয়, এবং আরও কিছু প্রশ্ন উত্তর নিয়ে ডিসকাস করব। তাহলে আজকে টাটা, বাই বাই।